What's up, my friends? My name's Jason Morris, and it's been a couple of big months for Nikon at the moment. Obviously, with the leaked information of the new Nikon Full Frame mirrorless system and the new lens mount that's going to be coming with it. So, yeah, obviously there's nothing concrete at the moment, especially at the time of this video, but definitely in a couple of big months, there'll be definitely some big news coming. Anyway, I'm here to talk about this little bad boy attached here to my Nikon D750 is a 50mm 1.8. It's super cheap and it is damn little. This lens has been around since 2002. It's been 16 years and there's been hundreds of lenses released. Hundreds? Maybe hundreds. Anyway, I'm gonna give you some sharpness tests, vignetting, distortion on this nifty 50 and see if it's worth it in 2018. So let's not waste any time. I'm going to take this lens out into the field and show you exactly what this thing can do. Let's go do it. So, owning a 50mm lens is usually a must for a photographer. These primes are ideal for many good reasons. Mounted on a full frame body, they provide a neutral field of view. Not necessarily a wide view and not a telephoto lens. It is pretty much close to the human eye. Stacked with the D750, as you can see right here, you can even make this lens a 75mm lens with the DX crop mode, which makes it turn into a nice telephoto range, and it can be really good for portraiture. So, the one thing about the 50mm 1.8, it's a 1.8D, which means it's a manual focus lens. So if you don't have a focusing motor inside your body, then you're gonna have a little bit of issues and you will have to manual focus that. Now, 3000 series and the 5000 series in the Nikon, they don't have the focusing motor inside the body. But obviously I don't have any issues, as you can see here on the D750. It is an automatic focusing lens. But the one thing about this focus, it is really loud. So I don't know if you can hear this, but let's see if you can try and hear this. Yeah, it's kind of really hard, but anyway, that's it there. So the great thing about the 50mm 1.8 is it's great focal length. It's pretty much the same as what they say as the human eye. So you're pretty much not that close to the subject, but you're definitely far enough that you're not going to be pissing someone off. And it's going to give you great bokeh. So this cheap little lens only sets you back about $120, depends where you are. So it's dirt cheap. And I don't see why you wouldn't get one just to, have it. It only weighs 157 grams, super light, super compact, and it's a 1.8. It's absolutely fantastic. And it's not as bulky as that 1.4G Bokeh beast. With some small specs, you'll see on the screen, it has a filter thread of 52mm, which is basically the same as DX kit lens, the 18 to 55. And unfortunately it is made in China, so the angry photographer would call it Chinesium, as he says. But yeah, it has a pretty much a minimum focusing distance of 0.5 meter. Now I've just added a couple of photos here with my 70-200 Tamron just to see the bokeh. You can see here in the background the bokeh is just absolutely fantastic at the f1.8. Then we stop it down to f2.8 and you can see the bokeh is still really good and creamy. Stopping it down to f4, similar results, and then f5.6, and you still can get that separation between the subject and the background. And obviously you can see the sharpness with the 70-200 2.8 writing on the lens. Now you can see here in one of these photos, I just wanted to show it in sort of the direct sunlight sort of areas. There's a little bit of chromatic aberration here. You can see around the edge of the A7 III. This was shot at 1.8, so it doesn't seem to be sharp. I might have missed a little bit of focus there. So now we're going to focus on the sharpness and distortion of this lens. So as you can see here, it looks pretty sharp in the middle. It's a little bit soft, but then we come out to the corners and it's a little bit soft as well, losing a little bit of contrast. Now we chuck the enable the profile corrections on, and you can see there's quite a lot of vignetting throughout the whole photo and a little bit of distortion, but not too much. Now stopping it down to 2.8, and in the center it looks tack sharp. The contrast has improved in the center and out on the edges as well. It seems to be quite sharp in the edges. Now adding the profile corrections, and it seems to have a little bit of vignetting and a little bit of distortion as well. Nothing too major. Now stopping it down to f4, and it looks like it's reached its peak sharpness in the center and out in the edges. Contrast has definitely picked up as well, and distortion is extremely minor, and the vignetting's pretty much disappeared. Now we stop it down to 5.6, center is nice and sharp, the edges are sharp, contrast is very well, and distortion vignetting is pretty much gone. Once again, stopping it down to f8, and looking at the contrast, it's pretty much exactly the same. Nice and sharp and dark colors, and there is no vignetting and lens distortion. Stopping it down to f16, and exactly the same. Doesn't seem to lose any sharpness at f16, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, great results from this 1.8D lens. So all in all, this lens is a beautiful lens, and it's most definitely worth it for the money in 2018. Obviously because it's dirt cheap. You'd be mad not to get one that's that cheap. The 50mm focal range isn't my type of focal range that I shoot a lot for portraits. I tend to lean towards the 85 1.8. So unfortunately this lens doesn't get much use out of me. Let me know what you think, guys, about the 50mm 1.8D. If you have it, do you use it often? So just drop a like on this video as well. If you already haven't, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you next time. What? I just said that.